Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Night Live at Grumpy Acres. It's time for an update and chat with everybody. We see that Linda's in the house. Gregory's in the house. Good to see you again. Tiger, what's up? Hope everybody's having a good week so far. Hey, listen, in the chat. Are you guys having problems getting to your YouTube homepage where all the feeds and stuff are? For some reason, neither one of us, our Grumpy Acres channel or her personal channel, could get to the homepage. We can get to subscriptions and everything else, but we just can't get to that. Okay, so Tiger's having problems too. So this is a YouTube. This is a YouTube problem, not a YouTube problem. Boom, boom, boom. Hope everybody glad to be back. Last week we were sick. That's the big news. I was just coming off of influenza B. I had a 24-hour case of it, and this one apparently
I do things right.
Apparently when I had it, it mutated and it got her, and it was deadly. And you were down for what? How many days? 5 days?
A week.
Yeah. And she did. In fact, this is your first day back at work in
a week.
So, we got more people coming in. We got Grateful Hearts. We got Plumber Mickey. We got Homestead Twins. We got Paul from the East Coast.
Hi.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to lie. It was nice taking a break last week. It really was.
I'd have been nothing for you anyway.
Yeah.
I was just sleeping, coughing, sleeping, cough, sleep.
But she
cough,
tried
sleep.
She tried going to work twice, and they're
like, go home,
and they sent her home because she was hacking so bad.
Yeah, they're like, get out of here. And then I got in today, and my office is like dying off. They're like, everybody's home sick.
Yeah, U2's giving issues. Half Bubbles having to. Yep.
Yeah.
We figured out that it's a YouTube thing, not a us thing.
YouTube.
Skane's here, no flu here.
That's because Skane's, you already gave it to everybody. That's why.
You were the
Typhoid Mary.
YouTube is having problems. The homepage currently being fixed.
Okay.
Yep.
All
well,
right.
it was funny because I fired StreamYard up early so I could test it and make sure that everything was working, and that's when it started. And I was like,
"He broke it."
Did StreamYard just break my YouTube channel? And then she got home and we tested on hers, and it was going bad.
Yep.
But yeah, the whole flu thing, man, you guys got to take care of yourselves. I will say this. Like I said, I was down for 24 hours and I still got a little bit of cough, but I honestly, had I not been on the fasting thing and had cleansed my body of...
Oh, my body's cleansed. I fasted.
Yeah, you fasted, but
I'm cleansed.
I did it on the front end. I didn't wait till after I got sick. But I think if I would have been eating like I was and treating my body like I was, I probably would have been down really hard too.
Mm-hmm. It goes into an upper respiratory really, really fast. I was shocked. And in fact, it was weird. I was at the doctor and he's like, yeah, this turns into an upper respiratory, blah, blah, blah. And then by the time I went home, I don't know if it's psychological or what, but it was like, yeah, it was bad. And so, it takes 2 to 3 weeks to get over. So fun times.
Yep.
So
I've been amping up the vitamins, and I'm having iron soup for breakfast every morning, and I'm getting everything fortified.
I'm glad you can eat. I'm like, the doctor gave me a whole bunch of anti-nausea tablets, and that has like saved my life. I'm like, okay, maybe I can eat something. So I'll try to eat something and maybe get a few spoonfuls. And then I'm like, and then I have to take a tablet so I can keep it down.
Well, the concerning thing was that he gave her codeine laced cough syrup.
That was for nighttime though.
Anytime you're taking a medicine, you got to go to your spouse and go, hey, can you make sure I'm breathing? That's a bad thing.
I didn't say make sure I was breathing. I said just make sure I'm alive. Can you just make sure? I just wanted to make sure I didn't sleep 24/7, which I did anyway. But yeah.
Nope. Lucy says she had to uninstall it and reinstall it.
Uh-oh. Hopefully
Tiger
we don't have to
says,
do that.
Is it the Zofran you're on?
So they gave me that, and then like it's a slew of stuff. So I've got the one, it's like the highest dose of hydrocodone you can get. The nurse is like, man, you're really lucky. You should be really sick. And I go, I am really sick. And she's like, that's probably the only reason why you got it, because they try not to prescribe it anymore. But then I needed something where I wasn't falling asleep during the day, because in my bright mind, while I was at the doctor's office, I was still going to work. And so they gave me the pearls for during the day, and I don't know what that's called. So they gave me that, and then they gave me the anti-nausea tablets that you just put under your tongue and it dissolves, and then you do that. So I've got all that stuff, and I've been BBing it. But tonight will be my last dose of the hydrocodone, and I'm out. I've got one more dose left, and that's it. And but glad I had it. I was able to get some sleep. I feel more rested than a lot of other people I'm looking at work. So
Hey, we had a guy lucky. We had a guy at my work. He's young, extremely healthy. He was down for 10 days.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking with his wife, and she said it was bad.
It's bad. It's like death. Death worms you over. I was like, there is a I want to die, and then there is a how do I put this? As I was in it and I was dying and I was soaking wet, like my clothes, you can ask him, my clothes were not dry. I was constantly in a sweat, and I mean a soaking wet sweat for a week. And I was just like, if somebody would come in here and wanted to kill me, I would just say, take me. I'm out. Just let me go. Put me out of my misery. I'm done.
I wasn't that bad. I just curled up. I just curled up on the chair Monday and put the blanket over my head.
And then this one, he's trying to take care of me. He thinks he's doing right by me. My head is throbbing. Like I can't, I don't want to talk. I don't want to hear anybody, because it's just all I can hear is my head throbbing. I can't really register what's being said to me. And he was trying to tell me to eat something, and I kept telling him I can't eat anything. At least I thought those words were coming out of my mouth. So then he goes to the refrigerator and grabs an entire platter of a pre-planned meal that I had made, and fish and grains, and he puts it in front of my face, and he goes, here, eat this. This is going to make you feel better. Like, no, it does not make me feel better.
Are so dramatic.
It did not make me feel better.
All I hear about is how I'm so dramatic when I'm sick. All I wanted to do is crawl up under a blanket.
All I wanted to be was left alone.
This one, I went to the store several times. I had to run to the store several times. She got mad at me because I didn't buy her popsicle sticks.
When your throat is sore and you're coughing the way that I was coughing, it was like, you need popsicles. You need to keep the throat cold. And he wouldn't get me any popsicles. And I'm like, oh my God, how hard is this? And then I'm like, okay, I'll go to the I can't even think straight. I'll go to the store and get my own popsicles. And as I started to get everything, and I realized I hadn't changed out of my pajamas or my slippers, and I'm getting ready to walk out the door, and my hair's not brushed, and I haven't brushed my hair in 2 days, or my teeth. Like, I should not be going to the store. So finally he went and got me popsicles. And so
Gregory says it sounds like when they had the coof.
So the doc and I discussed that, because we were trying to figure it out. And the coof is a much different type of death. But this was definitely a death. And it was pretty damn close to COVID, I think.
This wasn't anything.
It wasn't COVID, but it was
for me. It wasn't anything like it, because when we got it, both of us got it before COVID was cool. And that was the worst flu.
That was worse.
That was the worst flu I've ever had in my life. And that cough, I had that cough. I got it in January, and I had a cough. In fact, when I had my heart attack and they put the stents in, is when the coughing went away.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. Yeah. No, I don't know. I am like, I'll be ready to be over it though. But and we'll see. I'm not well enough to go to the store yet. But the last week and a half, so I'll go to the store, and it'll be nice, because then I can just cough and people kind of move out of my way.
I will say this. There's a lot of people that took a certain shot that really need to be careful with this, because there's data coming out that a lot of people's immune systems are compromised now.
So that's one of the really weird things. So I was noticing, in your downtime, you have time to start researching things and go down that rabbit hole. Do you remember the mom from Home Alone? Catherine something, I can't remember her last name.
Yeah.
She got sick. She got the flu. Well, something towards the flu. They just said she came down with an illness and she was dead 2 days later.
She was also 80-some years old.
Was she that old? No.
Yeah, she's
really?
that old.
Yeah, but dead 2 days later.
Robert Duvall died yesterday.
Robert Duvall.
I'm not gonna lie. Okay.
Robert Duvall.
I was a little sad.
Yeah.
I usually don't get torn up about celebrities and stuff.
Yeah.
I was actually a little sad because Robert Duvall is probably my favorite actor.
Mm-hmm.
He played some of the greatest roles. He played the greatest role in The Great Santini. And if you're a Marine, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah. As a movie Garen made me watch.
I had COVID
to see if I could be a Marine
It
wife.
wasn't too bad. Clean living. Yeah, there's the part. Get rid of those comorbidities. Get rid of the comorbidities and live healthy. Make sure you got lots of vitamins. My wellness doctor said that selenium and NAC, which is an amino acid, are key to fighting off the coof, because the way he explained it to me was one of the reasons why all these weird diseases come out of that part of China is because
the pollution.
Because the earth there is deficient in all these minerals. And that's how these things develop. And he said selenium was a really big one. Selenium and vitamin K were the two that really helped you prevent it. Were like really preventative. But you keep your body filled up with those, and it has a harder time taking root and hurting you. Whatever what this crud is takes about 5 weeks to get over it.
So that's 5 weeks that I hear. Now I've heard Doc said 2 to 3.
I'm almost over mine. Mine's only been a week.
No, that's not true.
Yeah.
No, that's not true. I'm on, this is week 2. So you're in week 2.
I had it.
You got sick before I did.
I had it a week ago last Monday. I'm almost done with it.
Yeah, you're not done with it. You're in your second week.
Got a little bit of the scratchy throat, but other than that, yeah, Reverend Jackson passed away.
Yeah, heard that one.
That's one of those cases where we don't speak ill of the dead. And we don't dance on their grave.
Yeah, I really,
no matter how much we want to.
When I heard that, I had a tough time with that. I was like thinking of all the good he did, and then like where everything went. Jesse Jackson.
Good.
He did some good. Now, come on.
He was a grifter.
Well, that too, and that's where my mind was at. I was kind of back and forth. I'm like, nah,
Yeah, Skane's been sick for. No wonder we got sick. She's running around Northeast Canada and spreading the disease.
Typhoid Mary over there.
She's her own heavy metal song.
Yep. Spreading diseases.
It's a lyric from a Megadeth song.
But
yeah, Robert Duvall, great actor. Great actor.
Yeah, so there's a lot of that. But we're also at that age too that everybody's going to be dying off.
He played Robert Duvall. Not only was my favorite actor and one of the greatest movies ever made, he was also in another one of my favorite movies because he was in To Kill a Mockingbird, which I love that movie. Anytime it's on TV, I stop and watch it. I can't tell you how many times I've read that book. You
suppose The Great Santini is still in production? Probably not.
It's floating around out there.
You think?
I was going to look it up. I was going to see if it was on YouTube for free or something, so I could rewatch it.
I bet you have to pay for it now.
Duvall in Secondhand Lions that was a good movie too. That was really. You know what? I'm biased. He wasn't in any bad movies. Some of them weren't the greatest, but none of them were bad.
Right.
Let's see here. Agree. Great Santini was an awesome movie. Guys, listen, if you're looking for a movie that captures what the Marine Corps is like, or can give you a little snapshot, the way the Marines behave in that movie and the way he behaves, yes, it's a little over the top, but that's the mentality behind it all was spot on. And that's one of the reasons why I love it. Well, let's talk about what we got. Another baby. Since we're talking, giving updates, we got another lamb. Little on the small side, but Mama's not very big either. Healthy as could be. We did lose one of the goat mamas. Had twins, and I couldn't tell which mama had it, because normally they got a little blood on them and stuff. Yeah, there wasn't any of that. It was cold outside. They both passed away.
We need to figure out which mama that is. She needs to be called.
Well, it was one of the young ones. I know, because they were tiny. They look premature.
We still need to mark her. Maybe give her one more chance, and then she's done.
But which was sad. We, knock on wood, we haven't lost any of the birds. The one. Well, I take that back. We did lose one of the ducks. We've only got one duck left, and I think he was fighting with a turkey, and I think he hurt his foot, because he's been gimping around for the last week. And he's getting better, but he's still a little gimpy. But, and then the dogs, they're just being dogs, just acting dorky. Although,
well, I'm sick, so they've been all over me, and I'm about done.
There was a new development today on the dogs that I didn't tell you about
because I wasn't home.
Well, yeah, you weren't home, so you didn't see it. I came home, and normally when the lead is inside, Fancy's laying right there next to the door. I gotta push her out of the way, and she wasn't there.
Where was she?
She managed to get off the lead, and she was laying on the couch, just wagging her tail, just happy as could be that she got to stay inside with the other dog and get on the couch.
Did you check everything?
I haven't found anything that was wrong.
Okay.
Cats were alive. Trash wasn't torn up.
All right.
Nothing was ripped. In fact, it was cleaner than leaving the other two out by themselves.
Okay.
Not that we're gonna start letting her off the lead.
I was like, maybe Fancy was in charge, like Charles is in charge. Fancy's in charge.
She might be. We're letting her off more and more in here, and she
might have told everybody, shape up.
She does a good job when she's off the lead most of the time, but she's got this bad habit. Her and Freya do this number.
Stop.
They do that, and it's just irritating. And apparently that's a sign of being anxious.
That is?
Yes.
I think it's a sign of being needy.
Needy, yeah. So I don't know, but we'll see. They're getting better. The garden stuff is starting to come along. Right over here, I'm not going to move the camera because I don't want to mess everything up. But right over here, we bought one of those little pop-up little greenhouses with the clear plastic on it and the plastic frame, and she's got her sweet potatoes over there. And we brought some more grow lights in and got them on. I've got them turned off right now because when they're on,
you can't see them.
It's like a floodlight shining on us, and you only get to see half our faces.
Oh, it's okay. You can only see half.
But she's got some of the sweet potatoes finally starting to come in, so she will have some slips. Not as many as she'd like. You got some.
No, they just start like, come on, man.
I don't.
Why you gotta be that way? You stop it.
I don't think
just
some of them
quit.
are gonna grow.
It's fine. I still even have time to go get more sweet potatoes.
Yeah.
I just got to get coconut core and some other stuff, and then get some things mended so the soil's a little bit looser. Some of the sweet potatoes require a looser soil, and this is more compact, and so it's soil Garen made me. And some leftover stuff that I knew needed to be done, but I didn't grab what I needed in order to do it. My fault. I will get it done. In fact, I will make that order tonight. How about that?
How are you going to pay for it?
Well, none of your business, but I'll get it done.
There's an update on the farm, the money situation. So I've been working very diligently for the last 2 years to try to get out of debt. When we moved here, all our emergency fund got burned up. We ended up spending more money than we had, and we ended up getting some debt built up, which is not good from a preparedness standpoint. And we finally got one of the major things paid off.
Out from under it.
And less than 7 days after this.
I think we talked about this already.
Well, it got worse because it
didn't get worse since the last time we talked about it.
Yeah, because in the last 2 weeks, it's been medical bills now too.
No, we got nothing last week. In the last week when we were sick, it was all before. We talked about it before.
Did we?
Yeah, we already
but
talked
I'm
about
just
it.
saying. I'm just saying that.
And it's really not that bad. So
Well, it pushed getting out of debt off for another year.
no, it didn't. We're talking $1,400, people. It's not a big deal. I don't know what you're talking about.
The
Another year. I don't know what you're talking about.
the taxes are only $1,400. The medical
Right.
bills are more than that.
Have you
We're
seen
working
a
on
bill? I haven't even seen a medical bill yet.
We're working. Yeah, I see it
From you?
Yeah.
You have a medical bill?
Yeah, I had that.
I haven't seen
atomic
anything come in
stress
the mail.
test.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything come in the mail.
Because it comes through Stormont Vale.
How much was it?
It was enough. It was. I'll show you. It's not terrible. It pushed
Not a
everything
year.
back.
I think you're exaggerating a little bit.
It just pushed everything back, trying to get everything.
It's not a big
paid
deal.
out.
I got to raise, my raise kicks in and that kind of thing. It just sucks because like you're getting ahead and then you're like, woohoo, we're going to be able to rock this out and get all this done. And then all of a sudden it's like, meh.
Yeah.
So it's like, well, there goes that raise because that's what that's going to take care of and that kind of thing. And then we both have raises coming in April.
Yeah.
And so like, it's not a big deal. It's just, be like you said last time when we aired, be grateful for the things that you got.
Well, I'm not complaining.
Really, you kind of are.
No, I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that sometimes it's frustrating and you can't let it get you down.
Yeah.
But you have to do a budget, guys. This is one of the first part of becoming financially prepared is creating a good budget.
Yeah, but we'll be out for middle and we have to be because see, I grabbed my glass.
Oh.
And so that any family members knows.
They can't read that.
Who can't read it?
We are going to Colorado this summer.
Pagosa Springs.
Oh, you know what that means? We'll be able to stop by Del Norte and get some of the best beer in the world.
That's kind of what I was thinking. You can get your burnt toast beer.
Yeah, we're going up, going to spread my dad's ashes with my mom's ashes. And
so we're going to see all of our family. We've got a cabin out there. Kids will be staying with us. Well, half the kids. The other kids got their own cabin, which is fine. And they can do their own thing. And then we got some stuff we're going to be doing. No Jeeping this time. And
I'm just going to take it easy.
Yeah, my body can't take it. And I don't know. Now we got little
So
babies.
we're not doing any whitewater rafting?
No whitewater rafting.
Okay, no whitewater rafting.
I think what we're doing is some kind of safari, some kind of animal safari. I don't know. Your sister's in charge of the itinerary.
Goat and Beth?
They are looking for something like that. It's not Goat and Beth, it's Goat and Liz. And so they are looking for something like that to see if we can do a chuck wagon dinner since everybody enjoyed that last time. So we're going to try to do it again and see if they can't find them. They are in Wolf Creek. So hopefully we'll be able to find them and do that again. That was a blast. And it'd be fun just to catch up with them.
When you go to Colorado, go to Botanical Interest Seeds.
We won't be that way.
We won't be it. We're going to be way down in southern Colorado. In fact, we're
going to be San Luis Valley.
We're going to be within about 45 miles of the New Mexico border.
Yeah.
When we're going across the valley.
Yep. And then next month, I got to figure out what weekend. I got to tell my dad I will be heading out to California. And
Linda's still might be on here.
Yeah. But I still got to figure out what weekend. So I got to check and see. We have a grandbaby that's got a birthday next month. So I've got to work around that. I think probably the last weekend in March. Yeah. Last weekend in March. So we'll figure it out. But I know that Mrs. Hacks is going to come with me. And as far as Skane's girl goes, she's supposed to, because she's supposed to be driving because she's the master of the road.
You want the sick one with you?
Well, I mean,
so she can spread the disease across the country.
So I was gonna say something, but it's probably not good, so I won't say it. I just keep my mouth shut.
I'll tell you what. If you are on YouTube, I'm gonna start a super chat goal. I've never done this before, so I'm not really quite sure how this works.
What are you doing?
So if you're on YouTube, I just set a super chat goal. If we get 5 super chats, and yes, I'm not going to lie, I'm allowing you to bribe me. I am being a YouTube whore right now, okay? If we get 5 super chats of any denomination, I will run this week, probably Friday or Saturday, I will run the first Without Rule of Law live that we've run.
You want to do it together?
A year.
I'll do it with you. How fun would that
Do
be?
you want to be on it with
Yeah,
me?
I'll do it with you.
Where are you going to do it? How are we going to do that?
Oh, we just do it live or whatever.
Right.
You want to do it live?
I got around it. If they do it, and guys don't.
Hey, and we'll even do this. So we're going to allow you guys to ask us any question you want. Keep it appropriate. But we're going to allow you in your super chat. If you give a super chat.
Oh, you didn't shut the door all the way.
As you give your super chat, you can ask any question that you want, and we'll honestly answer it to our best capability.
What the hell are you talking about?
Well, if they give a super chat, they should be able to ask something.
Oh, it's like right now?
Yeah, like right now. Right?
That's fine.
Yeah. So that's fine, he said. So go ahead and do that. So you can give a super chat and then ask your question, and we'll do that. So, and then maybe we'll go ahead and do without rule of law. Starla just stopped in to say hi. Cannot stay on. I have messages coming in from my kids and family who are all evacuating because of mandatory evacuation in Southwest Kansas. Interesting.
The wind is blowing hard.
It is. And I did see, I was telling Garen, we have lumber sitting in the back of the truck. And I did tell Garen, I'm like, you need to get that lumber out. We've got thunderstorms coming through. Oh, and by the way, the signs on the road on 75 heading north say seek shelter. So do not be driving if you are out there. All of our trucker friends, we love you. Take shelter.
Is it time for the dancing road signs?
They're already dancing, baby. They're already dancing.
We live in the land of the dancing road signs, and
No.
the wind blows so hard out here that the road signs just literally vibrate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fires down there.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
Yeah, we went into a red fire alert across the entire state yesterday because of this. Luckily, it's been a little wet, so it's not as bad as it could have been.
Well, except for now we got those high winds, and they're only talking if we get the thunderstorms, the rain is supposed to only be like 1/8 of an inch, if even that, something like that. So it's a drizzle.
Well, and that's one of the things I was talking with one of the neighbors. We are way behind on water.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yep.
And so we'll see what this storm brings. It's probably going to cause hay to double in price again.
We're okay on hay. Ours is already stored up for the year, so
yeah, but we got to.
And we're good for next year.
For it next year.
No, we're good for next year too. We just need to get with Cowboy.
You need to tell Chris that
we just need to get with Cowboy.
Right. I'm just saying you need to let Chris know that hay prices aren't going to go up.
Well, I'm sure they'll go up a little bit. They're not going to skyrocket. Not for us anyway. I think for most people.
Get off me. Half Bubble says they're under fire watch too.
Yeah. Yep. Wildness. It's that time of year. You know what's so interesting is like it's supposed to be in the middle of winter. Usually we don't have that in the middle of winter.
Well, it's been unseasonably warm right now, and we're gonna get 3 days worth of cold weather again this next weekend, and then it's supposed to be right back up in the 50s.
I heard this weekend 30s. So Friday 34 something like that. Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's been so warm here that the mullen crowns are starting to come up again.
Yeah.
So, and I got to talk to Son of Hacks because we were supposed to trim some trees up this February when everything was dormant, but it's been so warm. I'm afraid to cut them now because they might not be dormant.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to talk to him and figure out if we're still okay or if I got to wait.
Yeah, a lot of weird stuff going on.
And we did get our forestry thing ordered. I think I talked about that last time.
When's that coming in? People are already getting theirs.
March. Ours isn't coming in until March.
Are they shipping it here or you got to pick it up?
No, they're shipping it. Freezing rain and snow mix and forecast for
Wednesday night.
Better
through Friday. Oof.
Better you than us there. I'm sorry. I remember. We got one. Tiger hit us up.
Hey.
Tiger hit us up.
Don't have a question, but just want to see y'all run. LOL. All right. Thank you, Tiger.
Okay, let's get back. I remember doing that a long time ago, driving through Kansas and seeing 6-foot tumbleweeds blowing down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah, we when I was
I
a
always
kid,
hear the what is it? It's like I'm not going to be able to make the, but you know the old music from the westerns, woo, and then that tumbleweed going.
you talking about the Good, Bad, and Ugly, the Sergio Leone song?
Yeah,
Okay,
is that used right? What's that? How's that sound like?
I can't whistle.
Yeah, see, it's yeah, something like that.
Yeah. No, I was going to say when I was a kid. So all my mom's family lives in western Nebraska and Colorado, and so we would drive across Kansas all the time, and we didn't stay in hotels. We stayed. We knew every single KOA campground between here and the Front Range. We spent the night out. We would sleep at rest stops, get the tent out, and sleep at rest stops. And more than one time, state troopers stopped by and said, "Hey, you guys need to move along because the it's getting dangerously windy out here."
Starla, running is a relative term. So I guess it just depends in the eye of the beholder of what running means. I feel like I'm constantly running, although I'm not physically running. Does that make sense?
You don't run.
I don't know if I could run. I'd be afraid to run right now.
Bless this dog.
I mean, if I had to run, I'd probably run. It would feel good, I'm sure, but I could run.
You got to move Freya.
I'd have to recover for 2 weeks, but I could run.
Freya's under my feet again, and she's just being a pain in the butt.
Poor boy Christmas trees. Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. The weather's been nice because I was really beginning to worry because the wood situation. We have not been going through as much wood as we were going through, and I think we got enough cut and split. Well, cut. I still need to split some, but I think we got enough to get us through the end of February, which is usually when we stop burning wood.
Rosie, if you see me running, you better get going because there's something behind me that's not good.
Well, Rosie, you know what? We don't have to be faster than what's behind you. We just have to be faster than you.
Rosie, now, or Starla, no, not yet. And now we're at the point where he's just got to take time to go do it. So I probably just need to make him an appointment for Saturday at some point, and he can just show up and go do it.
I'm more worried about other stuff at this point.
He just needs to take time to go do it.
But,
you'd feel so much better if you did. I'm telling you. Of course, I don't know. I went and got my eyes checked. I got 2 pairs of glasses, and only one of them works. Oh, I did find the other pair, and so that was a good thing. I told you I put them in a safe space, and I did. They were with my grandmother's stuff. I went through everything, cleaning my room while I was sick.
Hey, to be fair, I do use my readers all the time. Anytime I'm on the computer and stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
And I did. I had a 3-day weekend this weekend, and I spent a lot of time on the computer. Mm-hmm. I got in a groove. The book, the Urban Preparedness book, is about 90% finished. Mm-hmm. I am past.
The forward in that's going to be pretty amazing.
I am past.
We're keep that quiet though, right?
Yeah, I am past the development stage, and now I'm just in the pre-publishing, polishing stage, or whatever you want to call it, where I'm going through and fixing grammar, and and I'm learning way more about Microsoft Word than I ever thought I would know. And I used to teach it. I used to teach it when I was in the Marine Corps, Lotus Notes and eventually Word. But and things have changed. So I learned how to type on a typewriter, and on a typewriter, double space after a period. Boom. It's been like that since 1983 when I took that class. For publishing nowadays, it's only one space, and it's got to do with the font size. The font for the typewriter is different than the font on the computer, and the spacing on the font is such that you don't have to do a double tap. And so I went through and I had to do a bulk change on that yesterday, and ended up over 6,000 instances of double tap that I had to
there you go. Yeah. So Gregory says the last time he ran, there was a cow looking at his back pocket. Yeah. And probably had 2 horns too looking at you. And so then Half Bubble of Plum wants to know if the freeze dryers are running. Yes, Half Bubble of Plum, they are. They will be running probably until mid-June. After that, they've got to go
Are you
nighty
gonna start
nights.
freeze drying?
Yeah, I was leaving them open for our community, and looks like that went belly flop. And so now I'll just be taking care of me. So if there's something you want, have Bubba plum, you let us know. I'll make sure it happens.
Starla, you take care.
Night, Starla. Tell those kids we'll be praying for y'all.
What?
All right. Paul Robinson sprayed fruit tree Sunday with dormant oil spray. Sunny 40 degrees Fahrenheit. Back to winter now. That's about how it works. According to Zombieland, you always double tap.
Yes.
Yoda, you never got a hold of me about the seed donation formula. Yes, I will. To be fair, I have been working on it. I've been sick, but I also have been working on it. I've gotten some progress. I want to talk to you about that because I think there's something more I can be doing as well. But we have made progress for what I want to do on this side.
To be the best seed exchange.
This promises to be the best seed exchange so far, and we'll make a precedence for seed exchanges in the future and live plants. I'm hoping for live plants as well.
Yep.
So we've got some big companies coming on with us. So I'm super, super excited about this.
Hopefully I'll have some chestnut.
Mm-hmm.
Some chestnut. They may not be old enough to transplant though.
We'll see. We'll see what happens.
I've got chestnuts and pawpaws out there in the garden. I think I told you about this, about burying the buckets full of sand and letting them bifurcate over the winter. And knock on wood, they're gonna be ready to go by next fall. Kidneys are bad.
That's not good.
Take care of yourself, all right?
Yeah.
I was able to work on the house this week. I got the trap door in the laundry room finally done. There was only 1/2 inch piece of OSB on there, and now there's an inch. I'm going to put another one on the bottom to give it more strength, but it just it made a huge difference. But I had to take and lower the jamb for the door so I could fit that second piece of wood in there. And then I got underneath there. There was a whole bunch of stuff that had fallen down there as we were working on. Oh, we got our second one.
Second one.
We got our second one.
Again, no question.
3 more. Well, Skeens knows everything.
Oh.
I'm not sure we tell Skeens anyway, because
she'll tell everybody else.
I'm just teasing Miss Skeens.
I know, I can hear her right now. That's not true.
But I ended up filling a garbage bag full of little chunks of wood and insulation and stuff underneath there, and I got it cleaned up. And then I got
what was your goal in there? How many?
5. We got to get 5 of them.
3 more.
Yeah, 3 more, and we'll do it without rule of law this week. I will force myself.
Force yourself.
Not seriously, it is. I just have not had any desire to do anything like that for quite a while.
I don't know. I think like a husband and wife team, and then get another husband and wife team in. That would be fun. We used to do that just for entertainment with our friends, and it was fun. It was absolutely fun. Because you guys know each other really well, and you can just kind of like tease each other and like and that kind of thing. So yeah, we
should get the hacks on.
I don't know if Mrs. Hacks would do it.
Mrs. Hacks doesn't like being on the.
She doesn't like being on camera.
She can sit off camera and yell.
Yeah, she could. We put a little puppet. Oh, we'll get the Christmas feud up for her. Sit in. That could be Pippin.
Maybe see if 2 little crows are up for it.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
We'll figure something out. If you guys get the 5 super chats, I will figure something out. I'm not going to be a promise it's going to be what she's talking about, but I'll make sure. It'd be
fun maybe to see if like Billy and Michelle were available. Try to do it. That'd be fun. Get Michelle's take on WROL. Holy crap! I don't even know. Get Darren, Patty, Michelle, Billy. Oh man, that'd be fun.
And then when I was underneath the house, I took a landscaping fabric and laid it down on the gravel. So if I got to go down there and work, I'm not tearing myself up on that stupid gravel crawling underneath there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I found a great big black snake skin underneath there. So I'm like,
this is what I'm saying.
Of course, you know what? That could have been there for a really long time.
It could have been a long time. It was there 50 years ago.
So
it's in perfect condition, but it was there from 50 years ago.
We're getting stuff done. I hung a new cabinet in the bathroom, which gives us a lot more space. We're gonna we've been setting aside money every week into the savings account so that we can buy new furniture. We got a couple of cabinets that we want to replace and get some stuff installed. So we got more storage space in the bathrooms. So we're working on that. And again, it goes back to budgeting. You know, you have to budget it. I say that we don't have any money, but the reason we don't have any money is because
everything's allocated.
Everything's allocated, you know. So these little things like
except
this,
for when I get a bonus here and there, which I just got a bonus. And so like I wasn't just pushing them off when I said none of your business, my business, I'll take care of it. You don't need to know.
In fact, if I remember
I
correctly,
said I'll take care of it. You don't need to know, or something like that. I think is what I said.
I think what I told you was to use it, spend it on yourself.
No. What just happened tonight on the video when I was giving you a hard time. Like he knew, that's why he didn't give me a hard time, because I got a bonus. And so that's what I'll use to just get the coconut core and the permalite and that kind of stuff. So it's not a big deal, but we give each other a hard time, but we do talk to each other where the money goes and what happens. So as much as I give him crap about,
she does not like hearing about the budget. She does not like talking about the budget.
So just do it.
It always ends up in a fight.
No, it doesn't.
I don't talk to her.
It's going to now, but it doesn't. But it will.
Yes, it does.
Oh my God.
But we're getting there. We're clawing out. You know, and I was talking with one of my coworkers today. So I realized something this week. All right. I am on the downhill side of life. I am unfortunately coming to the realization that I am probably past my prime and entropy is going to start taking hold. And so we were talking, and he's much younger than I am. And I said, look, you're still on the uphill. All right. You still got lots of earning potential that you can do. You've got, your health is still really good and all this stuff. And we started talking about the job, and he made the point about the economy, inflation, everything is going up, and it's going up faster than what yearly bonuses or yearly raises do.
I agree with that.
This is not just at our job. This is across the board and everything.
I agree with that. You
know, and he started talking, you know, he likes working there. He's worked there for over 10 years. And, you know, he's like, you know, I'm afraid I may have to go look for another job. And I had to tell him flat out. I said, look, you need to make the decision. Is having a job better than going and looking for a job, or starting a new job and being the low guy on the totem pole? You know, and he can make it. He makes it work the way it is now, right? And he's got a lot of extra spend. You know, that walk around money. He's got that. And so, you know, my thing to anybody.
Ooh, it's starting to hurt the soccer moms and the NASCAR dads.
Yeah.
Ooh.
People are starting to feel it.
Okay.
The soccer moms and NASCAR dads are starting to feel it. But you know, if
Tiger, bite your tongue. Tiger says, did my taxes today, and we will be doing the walls in the cabin soon. Good for you, girl.
Yes.
And then have you started my hydroponics grower? I did. And so far, I'm going to.
That's really doing good.
So that's a Brussels sprout that's doing really good. I'm going to need to go ahead and plant some more seeds. So in this one, I do one seed at a time. That was stupid. I shouldn't have done that. I should have done 3 and then just plucked. So I'm going to add more seeds to that and then get those going and do that.
A third one.
Hey. And so then
Thank you, Laura.
We'll get that going. So, but yes, we do have growth. We have good things coming. And then Paul Robinson, give her a kiss. Paul, he's not going to do that. I got cooties.
Look,
and
she's lucky I'm sitting next to her right now.
He gave me a hug yesterday. You would have thought I had the plague. Like, I'm off to work and he's home. And so he's like, he pats me on the back. He's like, have a good day at work. And I'm like, okay. And as I'm walking out the door, he's like, they're going to send you home from work. And I'm like, it'll be fine. They're not going to send me home. So I get to work, and what was it? Not even 2 hours, an hour and a half. And I came home, and I come home. I'm on the recliner by the fire, and I'm like all passed out. And he comes home, and he looks at me, and he starts laughing. And he goes, "You got sent home, didn't you?" And I'm like, "Yes." leave me alone. So he's like, you just gotta rest. And that's what everybody's telling me. They're like, just rest, just come back 100%, just rest. And I just can't do it. I need the same four walls. So here's the problem. Last Valentine's Day, I was in the hospital having surgery. I had to stare at the same four walls for 6 weeks. This year, now Valentine's Day, I'm sick. I've got the flu. I'm staring at the same four walls.
Maybe God's trying to tell you something.
I don't want Valentine's Day to be my forced leave. I really don't want this to be happening. And so don't force me to relax by that.
Yeah, Lynn's absolutely right. You need to get assets that produce money, get that alternative revenue stream in if you want to stay ahead of everything.
Yeah.
And that's what we're trying to do now. I'm working on some things, and it's one of the reasons why I'm trying to do the book. I know I'm not going to get rich at it, but a little bit extra always helps. The company I work for
closed in the last year. Still haven't found anything, but doing well since prepped for such times. Good for you, Half Bubble F Bomb. That's what it's about. Yeah.
I still remember there was a guy on survival boards that had 4 kids, and he was a trucker, and he got laid off. It was back during the 2008 downturn, and he was off work for an entire year, and they lived off their preps and burned through all their preps over the course of that year.
Oh, I remember that.
And he would give weekly updates. He would tell everybody how it was going, and he would explain what it was like. And after the year was over, the one thing I remember him saying was that he was never going to eat rice and beans again in his life. And he said that living like that sucks, but the alternative sucks worse. So that's his experience, and what Half Bubble just said is a good motivator to get you prepared. If you're not prepared now, you should be working towards it. And if you're not sure how to do it, there are all kinds of people out there willing to share with you and let you know. YouTube is a great resource for that stuff. And you got to parse through the doom porn, the people that are out there just trying to get you to buy something from them. But for the most part, there are some really good ones out there. And I wish I had the wherewithal to get into it and start doing that again. But it takes so much effort. It's just so much effort, and I had so much other stuff to do. It just takes so long to make a video. Anybody that makes videos on YouTube can tell you that making a video of something takes 4 times as long as actually doing it.
Well, we've got some videos coming up. We got some things we need to do. We had a company send us something pretty stinking cool, and we're going to take a look at that and install that, look at that for you guys, see what that looks like. It's one of the better ones. I actually got to pick what I wanted. I put a lot of thought into it. So just kind of wanted to see what it would be like if you had your entire family here and you had to purify 1,200 gallons a day, what would happen? And so we got something like that. So we're going to bring that to you guys hopefully in the next month or so.
I'm not sure how well the company's going to enjoy the video that I make.
Well, I mean, we're honest about it. We don't know what it's going to do. The product itself may be fantastic. They can't help where they have to manufacture it from. So that's his ordeal. He's stuck on that. I get it. Not much we can do about that right now. But let's see what the product's like, and let's see what it'll do for the American family, right? So let's see what we can do if we have to haul up water or do rainwater and that kind of thing. Let's see what happens. So we should have that out for you guys in the next month.
Paul, you make a point there that people seem to be doing well despite everything that's going on. And that's one of the great misconceptions about depression and stuff. The Great Depression, if you read about it in school, it was bad. Don't get me wrong. It was bad. There were a lot of people that did not feel the crunch from the Great Depression, and part of it was because they were positioned in the stock market, so they didn't get hurt. The other part was that the parts of the economy that downturned just simply didn't affect these people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and our experience, our personal experience has been anytime there's a downturn in the economy, we always go through financial hardship before that happens.
Mm-hmm.
We always
know when it's coming.
We always seem to be on the front end of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And when it hits us, you know, everybody else is still doing well. But as we come out of these downturns, because we went into it earlier, we're
doing better.
We're doing better, and we're able to take advantage of that stuff. And it was all about positioning.
Mm-hmm.
The first time it happened was in the late 2000s. That was just piss poor luck working for a company that was like literally on the leading edge of the dot-com boom or bust. You know, but all the rest of the time it was because we had positioned ourselves financially so that we were hurting, but we recovered quicker and better. You know, the 2008 we bought a house.
2004 is when we bought the house.
Was it during that one?
Mm-hmm.
But there was a slight recession before 2008. But we bought it at the bottom of the market that year. You know, and then by the time 2008 rolled around, every other house on our block lost 10% of their equity or their value. Well, we lost 10%, but we were still above water.
Ours stayed the same.
We were still above water.
Mm-hmm.
You know. Oh, what'd Tiger say?
Whoop, whoop. Tiger is officially 1 year cancer free.
Oh, there it is.
Go, Tiger. Go, girl.
Good deal.
Good deal.
Who's that?
Thistle Creek.
Thistle Creek.
All right. So it's just a matter of trying to plan ahead and stay in there. You're always going to have stuff. So It just is what it is.
If you can't tell, I was working very heavily on the financial chapter in the book the last couple of days.
I can tell.
That's one thing. You know, I'm learning, like I said, I'm learning a lot about writing a book, and I'm probably 5 or 6 iterations into reading this thing, and it's gotten to the point where it's all just blurred into one great big long word salad. And if you were to ask me about specifics in the book right now, I would literally probably draw a blank, just because my brain is so. I've been looking at commas and periods and run-ons and capitalization for so long this past week and a half that I can't tell you what's in the book. I know what the book is about. I know what I wrote, but I could not tell you about it at this point in time. It's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
It doesn't help that I'm a crappy speller and poor grammar and stuff. That does not help. So there's a lot of fixing that needed to be done in this before it goes to publisher.
Yeah, we're all praying for you, Starla. Well, hey, Miss Jody.
Hey, long time no see, cousin. Oh man, you got anything else for the update this week?
I don't really think so. I think we got everything in there. Greens are doing good. I got to get more greens going for you because you missed out on the harvest, and so those had to go bye-bye. But other than that, sweet potato slips are doing great, so we'll have plenty for everybody that wants some. We're looking at, if you're looking at coming to Midwest Preparedness Project, look to see some great things. I'll drop you a little hint. Let's just say Baker Creek Heirloom Seed Company. We got something going on with them. Maybe something with Stark Brothers and a few other big names. So let's see what we can get in there and pull in. The goal this year is, if you've never gardened before, you have no excuse walking away from Midwest Preparedness without being able to put in a garden, even a small one. And so that is the goal. And looks like I might be able to get my dream into fruition. So I'm super excited about that. And we'll get everything in there, kind of coming at this professional standpoint, and looking to highlight Midwest Preparedness, the Grumpy Acre Seed Trade, in a really, really good way. I'm super excited about it. So, that's about all I've got for that.
Uh-oh. We've got 4 of them now.
Uh-oh.
Tiger, thank you, Tiger. You didn't have to do it twice. Okay.
So you're going to be adding any new livestock to the homestead this year? Yes, ma'am.
We are right now. The plan is to get the rabbit hutches done, and I want to try to get the pigs on board.
Mm-hmm.
We are not going to get a breeder set right now of pigs. We're going to get.
Even if we put them down in the pond, you don't want to?
No, I do not want to breed pigs this year.
Well, then we're not going to butcher them this year then, because I want them down on that pond to fix that pond.
Okay.
All right. No, like I'm totally cool with that, but I want them on that pond to fix that pond. We got to get that pond fixed, and the hogs is the only way I figure that we could do that to get that done.
Just getting a bunch of bentonite clay, but yeah. So there's
which is more expensive.
There's
hogs or the bentonite clay.
Well, it depends on what the pigs are. But anyway, the as far as the animals go, those are the two. They're not new either. That's the thing. I can't call them new breeds. We're going to reintroduce them because we've had them before.
The Cooney. I thought we were doing Cooney.
But we've had pigs.
Yeah, but not Cooney.
We had pigs. Pigs are pigs. Pigs are pigs. Some are just bigger than others. Some.
We've had Hereford breed before, and so they're really cute, and so I don't know, they're adorable.
One direction we are going on the animals that we have not done before is I've got 5 or 6 Royal Palm Toms that either need to find a new home. Somebody needs.
Or we're gonna sell butchered.
Or we're gonna butcher them and sell them that way. They're too big to fit in the freezers because we just don't have any space for them. And most of them. How much would you say those things are gonna weigh out?
Those are probably gonna weigh out.
20?
No, those things are gonna weigh out anywhere between 26 pounds and 32 pounds.
You think that? And they're not all that. They're not all that big.
They're Royal Palms. They're going to weigh out anywhere between 28 pounds and 32. I know this because we've raised them before and we've butchered them at this age before. This is what they're going to weigh out.
There's a couple young ones out there that are only 15 to 20 right now.
Well, then I wouldn't butcher those.
Oh, there it is. There's the goal.
Oh, we hit the goal.
So okay, I will get on and start talking to people and see if I can't get some good guests lined up for you.
Ooh,
and we will do it.
I wonder if we can get Dale and Lisa.
No, I can tell you right now that
you don't think so?
No, that won't happen.
They busy?
Yeah.
Okay.
That their forward facing has changed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk later.
So yeah, I will start working on getting people up. Saturday night work for you?
Yeah, Saturday night.
Okay, fine. Saturday night I will get a time set up, and we will have a without rule of law live that it's gonna be really good.
All right.
It will be good. Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate the support.
Yeah, you guys rock. Thank you.
And did you have any questions, Laura? You put 2 of them, and you get 2 questions. If you want to ask any questions, we'll be honest as we can about it. Within reason, of course. I know I could just see somebody stumbling by and going, "Oh, I'm going to ask the most inappropriate question." Whatsoever.
I said keep it appropriate. So it's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah. So yeah, no, that's where we're at, and yeah. Well, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun Saturday night. I look forward to seeing everybody. So, are you going to keep going, or what are you planning on doing?
Well, I'm going to do the politics.
Oh, I thought you were getting out of that.
No, there's some stuff I want to talk about tonight.
All right. So I'll let you go ahead and go with that. And then I will maybe tackle a few things. You're talking dinner. I'll let you do your pork chop thing since you've got something already imagined for that. But I am going to take care of the rest of the tilapia and stuff in there for you.
Well, thank you for being helpful. And I hope you stick around. Hope you stick around.
30 minutes ago. I'd just like to be helpful. Thank you, Laura.
The first hour or so we do the update and we just talk about the homestead and what's going on around here, and then she steps aside, and I
like my job, and so my career is my career, so I step away so you can talk politics. So
what kind of rabbits are we gosh, what's that breed? So Maytag is coming up from
Texas,
and he's got some hot weather rabbits that we've been breeding up here, and they're pretty cold hardy too, but they do really well
I still would like to get some Flemish Giants again. I miss JJ.
You know what?
I miss JJ.
They're cool rabbits, but the meat to bone ratio is completely
Was
out of
really
whack.
good until you got them in with New Zealand.
The meat to bone ratio on those New Zealand crosses were good. Was good. Those are good meat
I don't think
rabbits.
so. I don't know. I like to make my butchering worth it, but anyway.
So if you've never had Flemish Giants, they're large breed. They're a giant breed actually. But whereas like an American, a Californian, or one of the other ones will hit peak size at around 8 to 9 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
It takes about 18 weeks for a Flemish Giant to reach.
So Starla says, so why Kuni Kuni? Because some friends of ours are raising Kuni Kuni. They like their temperament. We only know the Hereford temperament. And so, which is still a good temperament. You just got to watch them because they like to pretend that they love you, and they'll come up and they're like sniffing you and act like they want to pet you. And then they take a big bite out of your leg. And so Kuni Kunis are not supposed to be that bad. So we just kind of like to see what the temperaments are, and how they're different. We already know they're going to weigh out different. Hanging weight is going to be completely opposite.
And I don't want to raise a 600-pound pig.
Yeah,
I just don't want to have to deal with that big of an animal.
So if we can get a Kuni Kuni, if we're just dealing like 300 pounds, 350 pounds, especially at our age, that just sounds a little bit more ideal. So that's kind of what we're thinking. We'll see. We're also see what they're going to taste like. I've got a Kuni Kuni on order that's being butchered so that we can see what it tastes like. We know what the heifer tastes like, and that's what we're used to eating. So we're going to see what it tastes like. If we don't like it, we won't get the Kuni Kunis. We'll just go ahead and go back to the heifers, and then just butcher them early instead of having them stay on. So we'll just see what's happening. That's a great thing about farming and ranching and doing your own thing, is that you have time to play and experiment and decide what you want to do. You just do you. So that's kind of where we're at. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. It's 9:00. I'm going to go iron some clothes for tomorrow, since I know I have to go to work and nobody's sending me home anymore. They're all like, you have to work now because you got everybody at the office sick. So everybody else is at home. So I'm going to go do my thing. You guys, it was great seeing y'all. I guess I'll see you Saturday night. Kind of excited about that. And not kind of, I'm excited about that. So look forward to that. And we'll see what kind of people we can get on here with us. That'll be fun. And all right, guys, love you all. Be 10% better tomorrow than you were today. And he'll finish everything else. 10%?
It's just the percentages. I just don't get it. After all this time, I still don't get the percentage.
Well, you don't want anybody to try to, what if you had just a really crappy day? 10% is easier tomorrow than, you know what I mean, than 50. So
Lynn had
a Flemish faint. Giant. He had a Flemish faint as a pet.
That's giant. He misspelled it.
About 10. I don't know. Yeah, I can't read it now. You got it covered up. So anyway, you're on your own, Lynn. Love you guys.
I'm not gonna lie. I miss having the rabbits. I really enjoyed raising them. And the using them for dog food is what the plan is, because we're not able to butcher enough lambs to feed the dogs, and that's real expensive dog food, to be honest with you. If we can sell it to somebody, Angela, though, we didn't talk about this. You can chime in from over there if you want, but she got online and looked up the farmer's dog diet, and she was able to recreate that with stuff we had on hand, and the dogs are really enjoying it. It's healthy for them. We were looking at the nutrition. I know that they like it because the Dolly does her happy dance. It's not the, hey, I'm hungry, I want to eat. It's the, I really enjoy this dance that she does whenever she gets something that she likes. And it's sustainable. It's going to be cheaper than regular dog food. It's healthier for them by far. Because for anybody that's new here, Dolly has an allergy to something that's in most commercial dog foods that causes her to have seizures. And so that's why we started the all meat diet whenever we get a chance. And the feeding him the homemade stuff now too. So
let me know if there's any questions about that, and I'll pop back.
Okay. Well, maybe you ought to do a video on it at some
On
point.
how to recreate it. I can do that.
Tamux, that's what. There it is. Yeah, that's what Tiger said that earlier. Tamux. That's what Maytag's got. But they've done really well up here. And did you see how many eggs we got, by the way?
Nice.
We got I don't know if it was over 1 day or 2 days, but we got a dozen
got
eggs.
Yesterday.
I picked up eggs today, and we got a dozen eggs, which was nice.
Nice.
So the girls, good job. Girls may be ready to start laying on a regular basis again. All right. So I want to talk about the media for a second. All right. And this is me not complaining, and it's probably nothing that you guys haven't heard about or seen yourselves. But this thing that happened in Rhode Island where the transgender dude, the fake woman, went into the high school hockey game and shot some people. You know, there's so many red flags there that it's not even funny, because the number one issue is that the media is not talking about it because it doesn't fit the narrative. You realize that's the third mass shooting in America, the fourth one on the North American continent, within the last year, where the shooters have been. In fact, they're the only big ones where the shooters have been transgender, and it's the ideology behind that whole movement is extremely violent. And the media does not want to talk about it because it does not check the boxes for what's wrong with this country. Right. The second thing is, if you've seen a picture of this guy that did the shooting this weekend, he has Nazi tattoos on him. This guy's got the Schutzstaffel lightning bolt SS with the death head tattooed on his arm. Great big huge tattoo. And the fact that they're not saying anything about it, had that guy been a straight white guy and he had that on there, it would be plastered all over the news media, right? And it blows my mind. And to go a step further, there's a guy up in Maine that's running for Congress. He's running for the one of the national seats up there. He has Nazi imagery tattooed on his body, and he's very proud of it, and he shows it off all the time. And it's concerning to me that we have reached the point where one of the major political parties in this country is either hiding that stuff from people or celebrating the people that has it. Now they promote the guy up in Maine very positively, and it really bothers me that the news media is not reporting it, and the Democrat Party is protecting these people, you know. But of course, look at who they're protecting. Let's be honest. The Democrat Party has become the party that protects kitty diddlers. It's the party that protects people that break into this country illegally. It's the party that promotes abortion. You know, and it should not surprise us. It just, all the stuff that I'm talking about, none of this should surprise us, because that the abortion issue right there kind of sets the tone for the entire way the party operates. Because anybody that can celebrate that will have no problems dehumanizing their opponents or celebrating their deaths. You know, it's like we were talking, as I was saying earlier. I don't like Jesse Jackson. He's a grifter, and he did more to hurt race relations in this country than he did help it. With that said, I'm not going to be out there and be ghoulish and say that I'm happy he's dead, because I'm not. I mean, he's got a family, and he's a human being, and years ago, yes, I probably would have wanted to dance on his grave, but now, that's just wrong. We are called on to see everybody as a human being. One of the I did it. What was it? 2 lives ago, 3 lives ago? I went through really quickly the biblical foundations of natural law. Well, I turned that into a 6-week Bible study, and we started doing it last week. And as I was talking with the guys, we're going to try to develop that into something that we can make more in depth and give it free to other churches. All right. But anyway, one of the very first foundational aspect of natural law is that we're all created in God's image, even the people that we don't like, and that doesn't excuse, it doesn't mean that you should not suffer the justice that you deserve. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't be judged, but it just means that we treat them with the dignity that a human being deserves. All right. And that's what separates us from them. We can go out and we can wage war and we can battle these people, but we should never be dehumanizing them. Okay. Let me go back and see if I can read some of these things. Skeins, you and I will talk about. Skeins says she's going to talk about dog food with you, Angela.
Okay.
Lynn says we've been normalizing deviancy for 60 years. This is what happens. Absolutely. Your opinion, why are 100 of Congress not running re-elections and up for Senate? Why are they not running? So what you're saying there's 100 people in Congress. I assume that you're talking about House of Representatives, because there's not that many senators, but they're not running for re-election and up from the Senate. You know what? I'm not sure. I really couldn't give you an opinion on that right now. And what Lynn said about the last 60 years, this is something that we need to think about. We want change now. That's human nature. We want it now. We want things changed. It took us longer than 60 years. It took us over 100 years to get where we are as a society. It's going to take us that longer to get back. And there's no guarantee that on the way there that it's going to be an easy ride. In fact, almost guaranteed that it's not going to be an easy ride, that it's going to be very bumpy, and there's going to be some pain along the way. So we need to buckle up and get ready for the long haul. Bring back the sanatorium. Well, and you know what? That's that you can point to a milestone along the way is whenever they closed all the sanatoriums down. A lot of the problems that we had in this country manifested in very bad ways. Okay, the First Amendment protects us from government censorship, not from being held accountable for spreading lies in private platforms. Amplifying lies is not free speech. It is negligence that ruins lives. Oh, absolutely. And this is one of the reasons why I think that Congress needs to get off their butts, and they need to decide finally, one way or another, are platforms like YouTube and Rumble and X, are these regulated like utilities, or are they regulated like private platforms? Because right now they're regulated like utilities, but they're allowed to operate like private publishers, where they get to curate the content. So Congress needs to step in and say, look, you either follow these rules or going to rewrite the rules, and you're going to follow them this way. And the reason why it's important, guys, I know I've talked about this before, but just as a refresher, when they're regulated like a utility, they are not held accountable for any liable or anything like that. They are just providing a platform, much like the phone company does. If they're private and they get to curate the content, then they get to be held accountable for liability whenever they promote the lies, amplifying the lies, like Anti just said. They get to be held accountable, and you can start suing them. And they don't want that to happen, but they want they want the freedom that being regulated like a utility brings them, right? So this is something you do. And to expect Congress to do anything like, number one, that's a very controversial thing. The big platforms, ABC, the parent company of Google, these people are very active lobbyists, and they spend a lot of money to get their way. So, and it took, look how long they just passed the law today. I don't remember what it was called, but it's about not being able to mutilate children in the names of a certain ideology, right? The gender reaffirming care for children is now illegal according to the law. So hard times create hard men create good times. You know what? I used to subscribe to that, Len. I really did. Seeing you got other people, Paul agrees with that. Here's what I have come to realize this, and I think this holds true more than what that says. Hard times don't create hard men. All right? Hard men always exist. All right? The difference during hard times is that people appreciate them. And they appreciate them more, and they allow them to do what needs to be done to fix things. And that's the problem right now is we have not been in a time when we've needed, when society has felt like it's needed the hard man. In fact, for the past 15, 20 years, maybe a little bit longer, they've been telling hard men that they were toxic, and they're telling men that they are not needed. You've got all these female content creators and journalists and media people that say, what are men good for? They're on a platform. They're on these platforms. They're on media that men created. They live in a world where 95% of the men out there do 100% of the hard work. They want equal representation, but they don't want it. They only want equal representation where they want it. They don't want equal representation in the guy that goes in and cleans out the sewer, or the bricklayer, or the electrician. They want equal representation in the C-level jobs, the corporate jobs that have a lot of power and allow them to live the life they want to live, right? So hard men always exist. Now, on an individual basis, yes, hard things do create men with a lot more backbone and a lot more grit. But as far as the societal times go, yeah, we're always there, or they're always there. I'm not gonna lie, I would not consider my entire life being spent as a hard man. There were times in my life when I look back on it and I did not behave like I should have, and I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of those times, but they made me what I am. Actually it's hard times create good men create good times create weak men. Yep. And so it goes. Let's see. Anti says Epstein files. No, it's not an all men problem. These are monsters. You know what? I'm going to say this. The one thing I will give Jeffrey Epstein credit for at this point in time is that his files have made people forget about Black History Month. If you look at the news, the news cycles, they're not talking. They are not shoving Black History Month down our throats like they do every February. and it's nice, and I'm not going to lie. Personally, Black History Month is a made up thing. I grew up in a time when Black History Month did not exist, and I remember learning about Washington Carver, Harriet Tubman, all the civil rights people. I remember 1976. It was 4 years removed from King's murder. All right. I remember learning about this stuff in school. It's American history. All right. If people feel underrepresented, that's fine. We can move to change that. But carving out a special month specifically for one reason like that it's bigoted. It's bigoted and slightly racist. All right. That's my opinion. You can take it for what you want or not, Starla, I'm not gonna lie. Personally, I like Juneteenth because I get that as a paid holiday. So, I like Juneteenth. I'm glad they made it a holiday. Not gonna lie. Let's see here. Gavin Newsom is full panic mode over our upcoming investigation of massive fraud in California under his watch. Yeah, did you see that Doge, which still exists, it's still out there. Elon's not running it. Elon Musk is not running it. It's still out there. Doge just made all the data available so that private citizens can go find out this fraud by themselves. That scares the people that are doing the fraud because it means that they're going to have millions of people prying into their business, and it needs to be done. I mean, the only way we fix this is if we shine light on it and burn away all the cancerous material. All right. So yeah, and that's the reason. That's the whole reason what went on with the ICE riots. The reason those took off the way they did was because the people in control up there were trying to deflect from all the fraud that they oversaw. Keith Ellison was up in front of Congress, and I don't remember who it was. It wasn't Holly. Somebody else was literally, was it Cruz? Was literally reading the transcripts from the meetings he had with the Somali businessmen that wanted him to get investigators off their back. And he's like, no, that didn't happen. That's a lie. That didn't happen. And that's the thing about it. They obfuscate and they lie about it. They will flat out lie, and they will scream lie until the media amplifies it and the sheep believe it. Let's see. It's quite simple, Senator. If you're more upset at the whistleblower than you are the law breaking, they revealed you're not in a position to be questioning anybody. Yep, absolutely. Well, and if we want to talk about that, let's talk about the SAVE Act. Okay. Even CNN, I saw a clip. CNN showed the polling on it, and something like 79% of all Americans want voter ID. 100% of the Democrats in Congress voted against the SAVE Act. Now, I'm not going to let the Republicans off the hook. The Republicans this should have been taken care of a long time ago. They've had the ability to do it, but they play these stupid games. I don't know when this zombie filibuster thing came out, but apparently you can filibuster without actually filibustering. You just have to tell them you're going to filibuster, and they'll go, "Oh, he's zombie filibustering, so we can't do it." No, you make them stand up, and for whatever problems you might have with Mike Lee, he said something about this whole situation the last couple of days, where it simply enforce the rules of the Senate as they are, and they can pass it. They don't have to hit the 60 vote threshold that everybody talks about. They don't have to destroy. They don't have to nuke the filibuster, take the nuclear option. They just enforce it. Make them filibuster. Every senator that opposes the SAVE Act gets 2 tries to stand up in front of their colleagues and talk as long as they want. I guarantee if you do that eventually there's going to come a point in time when they all sit down because they're all tired and they're all tuckered out. Boom, cast the vote. But that would entail Republican congressmen doing their damn jobs, being there and being available. So when that happened, they could walk down onto the floor and they could vote. And that's part of the problem with politics in America, especially at the national level. People don't want to do their jobs. They want to do continuing resolutions. They want to do omnibus bills. They want to do unanimous consent. They want to pass it so that you can know what's in it. They don't want to do their jobs, and it's been a disservice to the American people for a very long time. And right wing, left wing. Somebody pointed out they're both wings on the same bird. So you don't chop the wing off, you kill the bird, right? So and by that I mean figuratively. YouTube, if YouTube algorithms watch this, that was meant figuratively. We're not advocating killing anybody, but we have to do something. Something drastic has to be done. Paul says, start of the HAGGS. Refer to them as post-America hags being hate American garbage group. They believe the future of America is there's a new America. Oh yeah. Okay. So Paul, you're talking about something that I talk about a lot. That we live in 2 Americas. We live in there are 2 nations in the United States. There's the America that believes in the Constitution and the ethos behind the founding of it. And then there's the post-constitutional America, where they feel the Constitution is a hindrance. It's obsolete. It's a living document, as Her Highness in a pantsuit likes saying. And these two nations cannot exist in the same place at the same time for very long without real conflict happening. And we're starting to see the stress lines. We're starting to see the fractures, and we're starting to see where violence is going to become more commonplace. And I've said it before. Violence means failure. Violence means that we have not been able to come to an equitable conclusion by other means. And unfortunately, I was having this conversation with somebody this weekend, as a matter of fact. Sometimes it's inevitable, not because you're trying your best not to have it happen, but it becomes inevitable because the other side wants it to be inevitable. And I think that there's a portion of the country where that is the case. It's inevitable because they do not want a peaceful resolution. And at that point, what do you do? What can you do? Well, I can tell you what you can do. You can start preparing, and you can, and how do I put this? Okay. One of the ideas in the books is crisis leads to constraint. It limits your options. It limits the time you have available to make decisions. It limits your materially what you can do and all this stuff. You look at the constraints that are going to be placed on us if things go sideways like that. You can pretty reasonably predict where those constraints are, because they're the same constraints, or the same control points and choke points that have been in our country forever, and human society forever, right? And so you prepare for these things. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go back. Starla says, if you watch C-SPAN, it's ridiculous. They are never always present. Absolutely. If you have any doubt about the responsibility of academia and turning relatively normal, idiots into monsters. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. You know, there's one of the is it not Nietzsche? One of the early 20th century philosophers. There's a quote that I keep in mind all the time. Is if you can make people believe how's it go? If you can make them believe certain things, you can make them believe anything, and that's where we are. That's where they are. They've got people to the point where they will believe anything that they're told. Oh, you know, if you post anything but Thomas Sal, I'm going to stop and read it. If you've always believed that everyone should play by the same rules, that would have gotten you labeled a radical 50 years ago, a liberal 25 years ago, and a racist today. Absolutely. That man is a gift to America, and when he passes, it's going to be a sad day. We will be a lesser country because of it. Academics has turned it's against the family. Yeah. Well, and ladies, I'm going to say this: do not get upset at me if you're a female teacher. Part of the problem with education in America is that something like 75 to 80% of all teachers at the elementary and high school level are female. It is a profession that men have gone away from. I remember when I was a kid, at least 50% of the teachers were males in my grade school. Right? It's led to the feminization of America, which has led to a lot of the problems that we see and we talk about on a regular basis. So if you know anybody, any guys that want to be mentors, want to be teachers, you should encourage them to get their degrees and go teach. You know, we need to get men back into that profession. All right. So yeah, so academics, and it doesn't help. You know, the Frankfurt School of Thought came into the country back in the 20s and 30s, and it infected our academia. The Soviets, one of the planks in their plan to take down America was to infect academia with liberalism, and they've done a great job. Yeah, absolutely. He needs to be celebrated any way we can, Leonard. But all right, guys. Unless you guys have anything else that you want to hear me rant about, I'm gonna start wrapping it up, okay? Because I'm getting tired. It's 9:30. Got some stuff to do, and need to get ready for tomorrow. Let's see here. One last thing from Joe Biden fired American military held for not getting the COVID vaccine. The media didn't care. President Trump cuts 2% of State Department employees, and the media acts. Well, of course, because they literally sit around waiting for him to do anything, right or wrong, so that they can be hyperbolic about it, and because Trump is evil. Let's just be completely honest. To a large portion of this country, Trump is evil, and anything he does, whether good or bad for the country, is wrong. All right. Hey, listen, guys. If you want to support the channel, again, go down into the links below. Go buy a T-shirt. It's St. Patty's Day is coming up, and I've got the permaculture, the hunter green permaculture enthusiast. I grow things and drink. I drink and grow things. T-shirt.
Potato.
Great.
Potato.
Oh yeah, we've got potatoes. We've got potato slips that are going to be for sale.
No, that's it. So March the St. Patty's Day. Get your potatoes in.
Oh, get Angela for some reason wants you to get your potatoes in on St. Patty's Day. So we've got T-shirts. Go to the Amazon store, and we've got suggestions and on stuff that we use around here, or stuff that we wish we used around here. You can go to any one of the affiliates. The one that's going to play at the end of the show is, again, Food Forest Nursery. We highly recommend them. They do a fantastic job, and they've got great customer service. I've seen kids go off to university and come back idiots. Yeah. Well, again, make trade schools great again. I recommend that instead of going to college, most kids are better served by going to a trade school these days. For the $100,000 they get in student debt, if somebody gave them $100,000 and they went to a trade school, by the time they're 30, they're going to be financially better off and more settled than somebody that went to college, period. Right? So with that said, guys, go out there, keep your eyes and ears open, listen to what's going on, pay attention to what's going on in your locality, and prepare for it. Knowing what's out there is half the battle. Okay. And with that said, go out tomorrow and live a life done.